Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Coach Williams, and I would personally like to thank you for taking out of your time to watch my Relational Intelligence keynote. If you are a teacher, counselor, principal, school board member, or a decision maker in a school, or even if you are a pastor and you would love for me to come speak to your youth, please go to my website at coachwilliamsu.com, click the Book Now button, and I would love to talk about bringing Coach Williams University to your school or to your church. Again, my name is Coach Williams. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope this blesses your life. My family is my world, y'all. Summer, she's sick. Man, I had two boys first, so they get sick. I'm like, they'll get over it. But my baby girl, they hit different, man. They hit different. She was in the ER last night, so shout out to my baby girl right there. Champ, his literal name is Champ. Champ Deion Williams. That's my boy. He's the champ of the bunch. He's the cantankerous one. Look it up. He's the man, you get on my nerves, but I love you type kid. That's Champ right there, man. And my oldest, he's 5. That's Deuce. We call him Deuce because he's Cordarius Dwayne Williams II. I'm passing down a legacy. So we call him Deuce because in sports his number gonna be number 2. But I low key think he gonna be a lineman though, because he 5 years old, 85 pounds. Like he huge, and he can do front flips, back flips, cartwheels. I don't know what you call them, little cartwheels with no hands. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you call it, but he can do it on the trampoline. So I'm gonna put him in gymnastics first. Y'all, but this my family. Y'all, this my beautiful wife. Shout out to my queen. She ain't called you yet? Call her back. Shout out to my queen. Her name's Chandra. We've been married for 10 years. We went to high school together. She wasn't my high school sweetheart. She liked me in college, but in high school, but I didn't like her, so she'd probably tell you another story. I was kind of lame, but she was popular, and I wanted her. She didn't want me. But we've been married for 10 years, and this is what I built. But the truth is, I wasn't always this guy right there. Y'all wasn't always this dude, man. 30-year-old in this picture, extremely handsome. And I know y'all look at me like, oh, this is pretty cool. I'm cool. Yeah, I think I'm pretty cool. I built this life. But the truth is, I wasn't always this person. Next slide. I wasn't always this person. I was a 5-year-old boy before. Hey, when I was 5 years old, though, I was energetic. I loved to sing. I loved sports. I played baseball, ran track. I loved it. I was energetic. And then I grew up. And I became this guy. Don't laugh. Y'all, this is me. I was about 15 right here. I was 15. Y'all see I had my Letterman jacket on, so I got my first Letterman jacket when I was a sophomore in high school. I was in varsity choir. I love to sing. I still love to sing. I also was in varsity cross country. Everything, but the thing about it is I was low-key hurting in this picture. The now me know how bad I was hurting. And so I asked myself, next slide, what's the difference between, what happened to me? See, I don't know about y'all, but the teenage me was really struggling. The teenage me, I was down bad. I was extremely talented, but I couldn't get out of my head. I was anxious. I was depressed. I was just functioning. I got all A's because it was easy to do. I was in pre-AP classes. I came to school late and left early. I told y'all everything that I was doing. A's was easy. What happened between the 5-year-old me and the 15, 16 teenage-year-old me? And that's that big T word. Everybody say trauma. Trauma. That's what happened. Trauma is what happened. The definition of trauma, you can put it up there on the screen. The definition of trauma is when is a deep hurt caused by someone that causes pain and scars you feel long after it's over. Most of y'all in here have something that you have been through that you don't tell anybody. And now you think you're navigating this world by yourself. You laugh in front of your friends, but you cry in your head. You getting all A's, you go to the state finals, congratulations to the football team.
You get as far as you get, but then you still wonder what the heck is wrong with me. And my argument is trauma, because it happened to me. Something that hurt me bad. One of these 4 things up here, you got bullying. And maybe you resonate with me, I don't know. 1 in 4 teenagers go through trauma. There's about 400 of you in here today. That means 100 of you have experienced at least one of the things that I listed in the previous slide. God told me that it's at least half of you. That's why I'm here this morning. Why you think you love music so much? Because those are people who have been through trauma and they put it in their songs. Why you think you like listening in the ride wave? By your side. His sad self. Adults, it was Adele back in our time. Rolling in the deep. And then her last album was Happy. She don't even sound right happy. That's why Ride Wave can't make a happy album. My next album gonna be a happy one. No, it's not. You're still sad. And he's still sad because he's been through trauma and he hasn't addressed the trauma, and he puts it in songs for you to listen to, and he transfers his trauma that he's been through to you. And so now you subconsciously think that your life is just built to suck, and it's not built to suck. Y'all are kind of like sponges. If I had a sponge and a clean bottle of water, and I took that clean bottle of water and I poured it into the sponge, and then I squeezed the sponge, what's going to come out of that sponge? Clean water. What if I had another sponge, but a bottle of dirty water, and I took that dirty water and I poured it into the sponge and I squeezed the sponge? What's going to come out of the sponge?
Dirty water.
Dirty water. Is there anything wrong with the sponge?
No.
What's wrong? What's the issue? The kind of water that I put in. Y'all are just like that sponge. You're trying to figure out what the heck is wrong with you, and I'm here to tell you there ain't nothing wrong with you. Get out of your head, fam. There ain't nothing wrong with you. However, what's wrong is the water that you're putting in your sponge. What I wanted to articulate is that a lot of times it's the people who you are in relationship with that hurt you the most. Y'all think y'all normal? No, you're not. Your dad's not there. That's why I'm there for my kids. They were supposed to be here watching their dad. I'm building an empire. I'm building a business. I'm loving my kids. I'm not hurting my kids. And a lot of times the people who hurt you are the people you love the most. And the people you love the most are the people that you stay with. And so now that they have hurt you, you jump from boyfriend to boyfriend, from girlfriend to girlfriend, because you're seeking validation that your daddy or your mama didn't give you. That's why I tell you don't date. I tell you don't date to protect you, because you're going to break up. You shouldn't date if you ain't got all A's, because if you love your girlfriend or boyfriend more than you love your grades, you a trauma victim. Your grades is the most important thing in your life. Everything you put your hands on, every time you step onto the field, football players, it's excellence. So if I can pour that energy in between those white lines, why can't I pour that energy in between my ears? And you're trying to give yourself to somebody, but the issue is you're hurting yourself and others. And I want to give you a playbook on how to handle relationships. But you got to understand that the most important relationship that you have on earth is between you and yourself. And I want to teach you how to reestablish that relationship with yourself. Y'all play basketball. One day I went up for the rebound, came down, tweaked my knee. My friends took me to the trainer. Trainer put me on a little padded rectangular little table. She looked at my knee. It had started swelling up at this time. She went over there to that big machine, opened the lid, got the big metal scoop, put it in that plastic bag, and then she did like a cool trick that made that bag turn flat. I still don't know how she did that. It was pretty impressive. And then she took that bag and she put it over my knee and she said, son, in order to heal your hurting knee, you have to put some ice on it. She said, the ice may melt, but I need you to go get another bag and put some ice on it, because you have to put ice on the things that are swelling inside of your knee, so that way they can go down and your knee can heal. Similar to my knee is your life. A lot of you guys have hurting relationships and hurting lives. And the only way to heal from that is to put some ice on it. And I want to teach you 3 principles, 3 plays for your playbook. This is an acronym. ICE is an acronym. The I stands for identify who hurt you. You got to identify who hurt you, because hurt people hurt people. Hurt that's not transformed is transferred. And so now you're transferring that attitude onto your teachers and your principals. And teachers don't go nowhere, because we do it to our students too. Let's be honest, because hurt people hurt people. It's a relationship here. But the only reason why we got an attitude is because my mama went off on me this morning. The only reason why we got an attitude is because our spouses, we had an argument this morning. So now I take that and put it onto the students. Now I take that and put it onto the teachers, because hurt people hurt people. You have to transform the hurt, or else you will transfer it to other people. Play number 2. I had to transform the hurt, and I had to create a plan to heal. And a lot of times the plan that you got to create to heal is having an honest conversation. We'll talk more about it later, because I got to keep it moving. Sometimes you got to sit down and have an honest conversation, because if you don't create a plan to heal, that trauma is going to linger with you, and you are not going to be able to be in good relationships with each other. Everybody say heal. You got to create a plan to heal. That's play 2. Play 3. This is the most important one. Now, I must say that there is no time frame in these plays. You may be in identifying who hurt you for 2 years. And I don't know how long it's going to take you guys in these steps. There's no time frame. But the key is to start young. That's why I'm here with you today. Because nobody else would have told you the information that I'm telling you. Because you got to start today. If you want to maximize your 20s, your 30s, your 40s. You got to start today. With your counselors, with your therapists, with your parents. Create a plan. Everybody say create a plan. Create a plan. Embrace who you are. Everybody say embrace me. Embrace me. You got to embrace who you are. I'm not weird. I grew up thinking I was weird because I was young, I was black. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, obviously I was black, you know. And when I was growing up, it wasn't popular to be smart. It wasn't popular to be smart. I had all A's and B's. It was popular to play football even though they sucked. I hated football. That's why I played baseball. I didn't like being touched. Don't touch me. Man, you're a sissy for playing baseball. And so I always thought I was weird. Man, you in pre-AP classes? Man, you a nerd. You in choir? You a nerd. But that choir trip took me all the way to London when I was a junior. I went to London on a 7-day tour. I sung in William Shakespeare's house, bro. That's wild. That's what choir did for me, though. But I'm weird. So now as a 30-year-old, I'm finally embracing me for me. I'm finally embracing me for me. I'm not weird. I am who God created me to be. And I stopped by here to Malakoff, Texas to tell 412 students that you are not what you have been through. You are not who has hurt you. You will be somebody in life. You will overcome. You will be the first person who graduates high school. You will be the first person who graduates college. Y'all, you got to embrace your quirks, your weirdnesses. You got to embrace it, because you are who God created you to be. You got to shine like a star you are. You are not, go to the next slide for me. You are not what has hurt you. You are not the person who hurt you. Listen. Don't spend your life running away from your mama that you never can see where you headed. Because last time I checked track stars, we don't run like this. Full steam ahead. And for some of us, we spend our, come on adults, y'all can amen me whenever. We spend our life running away from the past that we didn't want, and we never look on a future that we do want. You are not the person who hurt you. Example. You got to embrace yourself for who you are, and then your academics will change forever. Your life will change forever when you sit down and you embrace you for you. Amen? All right, let's do a recap. So, Coach, what was the 3 plays? The 3 plays was this. Number 1, everybody say identify. Identify. You got to identify who hurt you. Number 2, everybody say create. Create a plan. Number 3, everybody say embrace. You got to put ice on that thing, fam. You got to put ice on it.